right, Coach Horton, here we go. Day 2 Tulsa action. How's everything going with you guys?
Yeah, everything's going all right. We brought a small group up this time, and again, it's a tough tournament, so we're taking some lumps, but we're giving some too. So
so tell me, you said you brought 4 this year. You brought more in the past. You kind of pick and choose a little bit more for this event, right?
Yes.
What's the logic behind that?
Yeah, well, our club's kind of in a transition. We've grown a lot. We've got over 100 kids in the club now, but a lot of our really tough kids are 15 or over. They're over 15, so they're too old for this.
Gotcha.
They just aged up, and then a lot of our younger kids are just not ready for this yet. So I'm not a big believer in just throwing a kid in a meat grinder like this just for experience, unless they can handle it, unless they're in the fight. If you go 0-2, but you're in the fight in every match, that's okay. But if you go 0-2 and you get smashed, that's not really good experience.
Yeah. So how do you adjust as a coach, or do you with a younger group than maybe a more experienced older group?
Well, I don't think I changed too much because our philosophy is fundamentals and basics anyway, and I think that wins at every level. So that's what we teach throughout. We created a new academy program in my club, so that's all the young kids, beginners. Not just young kids. We got beginners that are in high school too. That program, but it's all kids basically first or second year. So we're starting them off with just basics, how to move, how to stand, and then as they get ready, we level them up to our elite program, and we just want to keep growing the program from there and growing Texas wrestling because that's important.
Yeah, and so 100 kids, that's really impressive. Tell me a little bit about the growth and how you got the numbers to where they are today.
Well, we moved to a little better location, so that helped. But we built out a pretty nice room, and then the last couple of years, we've been having an introduction to wrestling camp, a couple days in the late summer, just to get kids in and introduce them to the sport. A lot of people didn't even know we had wrestling around that area, so we really advertised a lot, got new people in, and once they got it in, then they, most people fall in love with it if you do it the right way. And with those kids, our philosophy is we want them smiling and sweating when they leave. So we keep it fun for them. We're not interested in building 7- and 8-year-old state champions. We don't care less about that. We want long-term progress in the sport. We want to keep them long-term and through being in high school and even beyond, still learning and still having a good time and not throwing them in 100 matches when they're 7 years old. So
retention, I love it. So what would you say? What percentage of kids that come to the try it out, workouts end up sticking with it?
I think from our beginners camps that we have, we usually get 80 to 90% actually come in and try it out and stick with us. We haven't lost very many kids at all this year, and I say by very many, maybe 2 or 3, I think, that haven't come back. And that's just, I don't think it has anything to do with really the program or the sport. I think it's just, family things or whatever. Maybe they play football too. We encourage them to play other sports. So.
Sounds like a model that needs to be shared a little bit.
Yeah, well, we try. Again, it kind of drives me crazy when I see, especially in places like this, when I see coaches yelling and being so intense at kids that are 7 or 8 years old. And it's like, wow, is that kid really going to like this in another couple of years? So I've got parents who ask me about this. Hey, should we bring our kids there? And I'm honest with them. If I think they're ready for it, I tell them. But I also tell them that, hey, they might not have very much success up there, but they can still go up there. It might be good for some of them to get in there and get in a fight. But others, I tell them, they're just not ready for it yet. Let's keep them local, keep them in Texas, and build up their success a little bit and get them a little confidence, a little experience, and then maybe next year we'll look at getting them.
Awesome. So you're head coach at a high school now. Right? I saw that on Facebook. How'd that happen?
Well, the coach that was there previously, I knew him a little bit. He came over, brought his kids over to our club a lot because they were a brand new school. It's a small private school. So they were just trying to start the program a couple of years ago. And so he called and asked if I'd be interested, if I knew anybody that might be interested. And they kind of kept on with the text. And I would always tell them my priority's my club. And but I went in and had a meeting with the athletic director this last week. And We talked a lot about it. Their schedule is kind of small right now. Doesn't conflict with anything with my club. I told them that, hey, there will be a couple times I'm out on a Thursday or Friday to travel to tournaments like this, but it shouldn't affect them. They said I could have practices at my club, so that'll help. We'll bring those kids in, and a lot of those kids are beginners.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a little bit of a work in progress, and I have no illusions on going in there and creating a dynasty or anything in the next couple of years. But we're gonna give it a shot.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna try and again keep growing the sport. So.
Awesome. I appreciate that. All right, tell me about Worlds.
Oh, wow.
Second place, right?
Second in freestyle.
Yeah.
Not bad for a Greco guy, I guess.
Yeah.
But well, first of all, a couple things. Greco. That's my style.
Yeah.
I made some rookie mistakes there that I brought back to my club and talked to my kids about.
That's cool.
That I talk to them about all the time. Not looking into the brackets, not looking at who's but I became so comfortable in that tournament, in that I've wrestled in. I only lose to the guy who wins it usually.
Yeah.
So I got so comfortable that I looked at the bracket, see where I'm going to wrestle him, so I'll get him in the semis. I was prepared. I was in better shape than I'd ever been in. I was stronger. I was confident. I was going to beat him. And I forgot there were a couple guys in front of him I had to wrestle too.
Yeah, something you probably talk to your kids about
all the time.
Right?
And
it's wild.
So it was and even the match. So when I lost in the quarterfinals to a guy I had beaten before. Some guys in the team even made comments that I just didn't look like I was into it mentally, and and I wasn't. I didn't prepare mentally like I normally do. I didn't do a lot of things. So that was a hard loss for me to take. But I had a couple days off before freestyle, and I was determined not to make those same mistakes. So and freestyle, since I got to be mentally prepared for that because it's not really my style, but I can still get after it. I like freestyle.
You can grab some legs.
Yeah, every now and then. So I got to the finals and I was beating that Iranian 4-2, 10 seconds left, and I had a little bit of a brain freeze. Some little doubt crept into my mind for a second about the strategy I was using, and that's all it took. He went for broke, hit me with a 4-point throw right at the end of the match, and I ended up losing 6-4. Yeah. So that's another hard one to take.
It was fun to follow. Can I ask how old you are?
I'm 53.
53. You look amazing, and it was cool seeing some of your training. You certainly you work hard. You must eat right.
Yeah.
Why is this such an important part of your life? And you're going doing this stuff.
Yeah. Well,
53 years old.
I tell people all the time, that you can't, this is not something that most people can do for long periods of time, competition-wise.
Yeah.
I've been lucky. Never had any real major injuries. I've always kind of taken care of myself. I was in the military for 26 years, so that enabled me to continue to stay in shape, and they encouraged that. So I've been lucky that I've been able to do it, and I've been lucky that I love it. I've never found a time where I'm just like, yeah, this is not for me anymore. I've always had good experience, so as long as I can do it and I can physically go out there and compete, I'm going to do it.
That's cool. I appreciate it. I'm sure that's cool. Your athletes, your students, seeing you practice what you preach, I think is really important. You're talking about you're going to be up in St. Louis doing some stuff with Sammy Henson.
Yeah. We like Sam because he teaches a lot of stuff, and that I teach too. But he teaches it a lot better than I do. I mean, again, I'm a Greco guy. I can teach Greco, and I think I'm a pretty good teacher for that. But Sam comes in and he can do some things that again I don't, because he was at a different level in folk style and freestyle than I was. So again, we have a lot of the same philosophies, but again, he just does it a little better than I do, and he shows it. So I really learn a lot from him every time I see him, every time I'm around him. We like bringing him in. We partner with him a lot, and we send some guys up there to train with him now. We're taking some guys in to attend a few of his practices over Thanksgiving and attend his day-and-a-half camp that he's having on Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving.
I'm seeing more and more bull train success all over the place. Now, you've known Sammy, you've known him for a while?
For a long time, yeah. We grew up in St. Louis together. He's a few years younger than me, but I wrestled his 2 older brothers, and one was not so fun, the other one was okay. Yeah, so it's always good to keep in touch with Sam, and I mean, we chat all the time, so he's a good friend, he always will be, and I appreciate what he does for the sport.
Yeah. Awesome. It's always good to see you. Man, I really hope I get back to Texas sometime and see the new digs.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else for us?
No, man, that's about it. Appreciate everything you guys do, man. This is great.